ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभा शंकराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वंदे गुरुपरंपरा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांत शांत शांति। श्री गुरुं परमानंदं वंदे स्वानंद विग्रहं यस्य सन्निध्यमात्रेण चिदानंदायते तनुः। In the last class we were discussing that प्राणायामः प्राणायामो भवत्येवं पातकेन्ध पावकः पातकेन्धन पावकः भवोदधि महासेतु प्रोच्यते योगिभिः सदा. So when this pranayama is being taught, generally we look at from different angles. Also we need to understand. Generally, many yogis, they highlight pranayama means kevala kumbhaka, not puraka rechaka sahita kumbhaka. You understand the concept? There are two types of pranayama. One is sahita, other one is called kevalam. So sahita means along with, and kevala means only. We consider that kevala pranayama is ultimate and that is the purpose. And to achieve kevala kumbhakam means where only kumbhaka retention, one can do sahita pranayama means along with that puraka and rechaka, inhalation and exhalation. In fact, Shandilya Upanishad throws some lights in this regard. Says that kevala kumbhaka siddhe trishu lokeshu na tasya durlabham bhavati iti. And not only that, he says kevala kumbhaka kundalini bodha jayate iti. So the knowledge of kundalini, that happens only by or because of kevala kumbhaka. So kevala kumbhaka means that the focus is on only retention part, not inhalation and exhalation. In fact, same thing is being supported by Trishika Brahmana, where it is being highlighted. Rechakam purakam muktva kumbhikaranam evacha karoti trishu kaleshu naibya tasyasti durlabham iti. Actually, for the person, especially the one who is capable of abiding in kevala kumbhakam, for that person, there is nothing impossible in this three world. Trishu kaleshu naiva tasyasti durlabham, even in 3 periods of time. So, in short, the person has to work for this Kevala Kumbhakam. That's why we highlight in the beginning to practice Bahya Kumbhaka also. Sorry, in the beginning, Antar Kumbhaka, internal retention, and later on we highlight to do Bahya Kumbhaka retention externally. In fact, especially when you do Uddiyana Bandha. So in that Uddiyana Bandha, there is some type of Bahya Kumbhaka without your knowledge. That's why we say if you have any panic attack, if you have fear, if you have really, some type of psychological problem in you, focus on Uddiyana Bandha. That really works beautifully, carefully. However, so this Bahya Kumbhaka, this is the most important aspect in pranayama. Bahya Kumbhaka leads to Kevala Kumbhakam later on. So that's why first focus on Antar Kumbhaka, means internal retention, and while focusing on internal retention, slowly extend to what? Again, go to Bahya Kumbhaka, external retention. And when you combine both Bahya and Antara, external and internal, you will discover that you will slowly achieve called Kevala Kumbhaka, only Kumbhaka. And that is what is called Pranayama. Continue. Asanena rujohanti pranayamena patakam vikaram manasam yogi pratyaharena munchate dharana abhimato dhairya dhyanat chaitanyam adbhutam samadhu mokshamapnoti tektva karma shubhasubham. So we'll stop here, okay? So then let us take these two words. He says, look, first of all, he tries to explain the concept. What is the purpose of asana? He says, look, yogi asanena rujaha hanti iti. So that means what? The purpose of asana is to destroy, rujaha means physical disease. So yogis practice asana to make sure that there should not be any physical disease, means to remain physically healthy. So the purpose of practicing asana is to remain healthy. That's why, what is being healthy? Because this English word sometimes doesn't communicate much to us. So we say, swastham bhava. May you be healthy. That's why health is called swasthyam. There you go. This Sanskrit word is beautiful. So swastham bhava means what? When you start swasmin avasthaya stitah. So that means when you are abiding within yourself. That time you are a healthy person. When you are not able to abide within yourself, you become unhealthy. Can you see this point? So me being healthy, I don't have to do anything. I have to just abide within myself. But in allopathy and other things, to become healthy, you have to do everything. You understand the concept? And of course, you know better. Here we say that when you practice asanas, the postures, now each posture takes care of your breathing pattern and muscles. And of course, leads to take care of your mind too. And based on that, your system is being maintained. That's why giving few minutes every day for asanas is must. Sometimes I don't do so. That's why I don't want to emphasize on this aspect. Pranayam and other things, of course, I can emphasize. Okay, I'm very honest in saying that. Okay, but very proudly, this much I can say. Even though I don't practice, you tell me any asana, in 1 second I can do it. That much I have. In fact, many years I did not practice, many years, okay, I did not practice headstand somewhere. They said, I said, okay, what is that? So, but please don't take me as example, okay? I'm a wrong example in this regard, okay? God's sake, don't take me as example in this regard. I request you all. So here, asanena rujaha hanti iti. Then pranayamena patakam, that we have been discussing by pranayama. Now this patakam, the papas, duskarmas, that is being committed by me, being taken care, destroyed, ityarthaha. And not only that, beautifully says that pratyaharena manasa vikaram munchati iti. So this manasa vikaram means mental disturbance, mental fluctuation, mental agony. Nowadays, many are mentals, we say mentals, than healthy people. In fact, your health goes wrong when you become mental. I'm sorry to say, this is the truth. Whenever you are having disease, it is because mainly of your mental problem, or you have become mental. Okay, I can share with you something. Okay, those days this Petromax light was there. Okay, Petromax light. So Petromax light, they will put one cloth that, okay, and that that with the kerosene it will move and that burns. In fact, that is called mental. So we those days will say, because we will be hiding, what we do, because once it is being burnt once, so because so nicely and white, the moment you touch little bit finger or something, that whole thing collapses and we enjoy that white powder. Okay, so if you want to create some nuisance, just touch it. Gone. Like that mentals. Okay, this is my extension. Okay, moment you touch the mentals, then what happens? Either a volcano or the pillow collapses. Okay, so childhood I remember that mental and these mentals, there is no difference at all. So you choose where you belong to. Okay. However, coming back to the point, joke apart. This is just joke. Okay. Don't take it seriously. And if you take seriously, that means you are serious mental. Okay, not ordinary mental. Coming back, here he says that manasa vikaram. Please understand, mind is supposed to go through modification. Because what I see, this is the most important aspect. What I see, what I observe, whatever situation I come across, based on that, mind has to respond. But what happens? Instead of responding, mind keeps prolonging. Mind holds on to one situation, one memory, and through that memory tries to respond or react to any other situations. And that is what we call as manasa vikaram iti. Just observe, why do you fluctuate? In your life, why do you fluctuate? That time you fluctuate when you hold on to past and project your future, forgetting the present. So the person never bothers or gives importance to the present, but living in past, projecting the future. So in reality, you become a split person with reference to your past and future while being in the present. And that is what we call as fluctuation. You understand the concept, how this fluctuation works? So here we need to see very carefully that how this mind keeps fluctuating. Also, mind is fluctuating here. Some work they are hitting, okay? What can I do? So coming back here. So I was trying to establish this topic beautifully. Mind went down. However, so this fluctuation is called disturbance. That's why we say that ruju swabhavam to be done, the straightforwardness. Never ever give any option to your mind. Whatever you have decided, whatever you have done, you have to. I know, you know also this story. Let me remind you once more. One Mahatma was there in Uttarkasi. So one day, what happened is, then no, this what do you call palaram, that fruit, palaram, or that called palmerio. You know this orange big one and big one. That is good for throat. Okay, that is very good for throat. In fact, that essence works fantastic for throat healing. One of the best that I have ever seen. That essence, for me, it was working perfectly. Maybe this time I should correct it again. Okay, indirectly I'm putting my application. Okay, how to get the application? Okay, done. However, like we have this size, big size. Okay, in South India I have seen, North India everywhere, and thick, very thick skin. However, let us say one fruit which is very sour and very nice. So one Mahatma thought of having that. I'm telling you life story. So what he did? So he did not get here. He ordered or asked somebody from Rishikesh and got some 3, 4. And for that you need some good salt. So he arranged rock salt and chili is must, because sour, chili, raw salt, it's a very good combination. So he was preparing. While preparing, one Mahatma came in. The moment he had another Mahatmaji coming in, so he tried to hide everything. Because he thought, because if the other Mahatmas is definitely will ask, I have to give. Why to share? Then again, managed to get rid of that Mahatma. After some time, another Mahatma, again he tried to do. Again, another Mahatma came in, he tried to hide. Somehow finally said, okay, enough. Now let me close everything. Let me prepare and eat. I don't want to be disturbed. Okay. So he made like this much. And of course, this much chili, salt, accordingly, preparation. First, 1 handful, 2 handful, enjoyed. 3 handful, 4 handful. crying because a lot of chilling. Now, what mind will say? Hey, enough. Now call some other people. Call some other Mahatma. Give it away. Enough. Generally, you will do that or not? Okay, I am done. Let me give it away. Mahatma said, is it wrong? Why should you give? He started talking to his mind. Hey, what is this? If you wanted to give, so generous you were, why did you, heed things before the sadhu came? You could have become transparent that time. Okay, fine. Take this much. Okay, you could have said, look, I am interested to it. Take this much. I can give small amount, not much. That's another point. But you nicely hid inside the moment you heard the sadhu's voice. Now you want to say, let us call and keep it open and let us give to others. What is this? Eat. And he was crying and eating, crying, eating. So there was a big fight between him and his one mind and other mind. He said, no, I am not going to leave you. You have done. You have planned, you have called, you have got these things from this case, you have arranged, you have spent some time, you have done everything. Better eat. Now, one time he fought with the mind. Now, in life, will that mind play any trick with this person? Impossible. Because no, again, I am going to be cut. Better be in separate. It's like chasing a dog. Once you chase the dog properly, will the dog chase you? But if you are afraid of the dog, what will happen? And you pretend you are not afraid. This is the problem, okay? You are afraid of the dog, but you pretend you are not afraid. Holding a stick or in between people. But remember, dog sometimes may or may not know. But your mind knows you very well. So it is not going to work at all. That's why he says, these are called vikaras. These are called fluctuating mind. These are called disturbances. This is what in psychology called as split personality. Because psychology little bit strongly says, but we say these are the fluctuations, these are called disturbances, vikaram. The one who is always one with mind, not one with the situation. Do you understand? The one who is comfortable with the mind, not comfortable with the people, not comfortable with the situation. Look at yourself. Are you comfortable with the people, situation, or comfortable with your mind? In fact, whatever your mind suggests, you make the situation to happen accordingly. You make people to do the same thing according to your mind. In fact, you always work to make sure your mind is always comfortable. Then what happens? The worst thing happens to all of us. As I work to take care of mind, to make my mind comfortable, time comes, the body does not cooperate with the mind. Then what happens? That time, mind literally collapses. That's why we need to work very carefully with reference to mind differently. I can give you one beautiful concept as Pratyahara talks about this point. I can share one beautiful concept. All are life example. In fact, that person was one of my, let us say, mentor in my childhood or teenage period, I can say. He had a very big, let us say those days called disease. In fact, there was a literally, I have seen the mark. I have not seen the disease because in his young time he had. I think after marriage or something he had. Literally his, the throat was, there was a hole. That bad it was. And of course, those days, not much doctor and all these things, whatever, tried, nothing worked. Finally, he said, okay, I'll surrender, Lord. Shiva. I'm talking life example. So he went, and there is a process they do, when they go to a temple, just they go and lie down, no eat, nothing. They will not, all the time they will lie down there. Not on the back, not allowed, always lying down on the stomach and lie down. And of course, and in that temple, that will be little outside, there will be nobody, so only you. And of course, a lot of puja, special puja will be done. So he explains, on third day, first day gone, second night gone, third night. So he discovered there are many snakes with sound comes. And he is not opening his eyes, okay? Remember, you are not supposed to open your eyes. That is called pratyahara here, okay? You cannot afford to open your eyes. But you are able to hear the sound of snake, everything you can hear. And sometimes you can feel too. Sometimes they will touch. But you cannot open because you have surrendered to Lord Shiva. Let Shiva take care. He said, look, I think almost in the night, some 2-3 hours I have gone through, but I decided, anyway, this way I am my life, that way also my life. How does it matter? It's better. Let it happen here. This is called pratyahara concept. You understand? You withdraw. Makes no difference. And that night passed. And next day morning, especially, the rule is that when night you close your eyes, you cannot afford to sleep. At the same time, you cannot open your eyes till next day priest comes. There are certain rules are there. So next day priest when comes, it's okay, fine, understood. Then fourth day gone. These are the odd numbers. Fifth day night, the fifth night, as he was sleeping, he discovered one bull is coming and hitting inside. Where from? He said, okay. So, logical mind will say, because not eating nothing, maybe I'm tired. How come bull can come inside? It's closed. Then when he started throwing his logic, do you know what he discovered? Literally, the bull threw him away. And when he was being thrown, literally he was physically thrown away from that place. In fact, he fell down somewhere. And there he said, lie down, doesn't matter. Then after that, next day, again, morning, he was brought back. He said, no. And seventh day, of course, with some other situation, finally, he could see Lord Shiva. And after that, everything got healed. In fact, there was a mark on his throat area. I have seen, we used to talk. This is called pratyahara. You understand the concept of pratyahara? It's a very strong example I'm giving it. So when I withdraw, problem with all of us is like, closing eyes and sleeping. Do you see the difference? When do you close your eyes? When you are tired, when you are exhausted. In fact, you don't close your eyes, your eyes get closed. But when you choose to close your eyes, there is difference or not? Do you gain the strength or not? That's why by sleeping, you don't gain anything. By sleeping, your body copes up with you. Same thing also by sitting also. By sleeping also, body will support you. By sitting also, you will support. But mind will not accept. You understand the concept? So learning to close the eyes, rather eye getting closed. So also the pratyahara, withdrawing from everything to be done with a decision or forced way. We all do in a forced way. Like, nature is so kind, I cannot hear. Means with the, as you become old, okay? But hearing aid. You cannot see specs. You cannot eat big things, tooth false or false tooth. You understand? Everything you want to extend. Yes, nothing wrong in it. We are modern, we are advanced. But along with that also, as in the vehicle, your vehicle is going high speed, no doubt in it. Because a good vehicle, along with that also, make sure your brake is also equally, developed. So you want to hold 70s brake system, but 2050 class system. Will it work? Observe, will it work? So as you are developing your class system, the accelerator system, also parallelly strengthen your brake system. Then you will enjoy the driving, enjoy the vehicle, or else the best vehicle with a lot of fear, worries, and anxieties. Pratyaharena manasa vikaram munchati iti. Only by pratyahara. Not only you take care of fluctuation of the mind. In fact, you gain a lot of strength because you are a stable person. Stability comes. That's why whenever possible, time comes. Learn to close your eyes and enjoy the life. Om Punnamadah Punnamidam Punnat Punnamudachyade Punnasya Punnamadaya Punnameva Vashishyade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Father.